Hi everybody, welcome back eventually to the final part of the Trumpeter 1/200 scale Bismarck build. If you know the story of where I've been with this model, I virtually got it finished ready for Telford for Scale Model World last November. But I was rushing this and a 132 scale Dambuster Lancaster for my club stand, and I was just getting too far behind with the Bismarck, and I didn't want to rush it and spoil it. So it took a back seat whilst I've been doing other projects over the winter. But it's, well, a principle, I suppose, if you like, that if I start a build on YouTube, I'm going to finish it. So eventually, those of you that have been waiting patiently for this final episode and to see the final reveal, we're going to be doing that in the next half hour or so. So the first job that I need to do is to finish off the boat. Now, there have previously been other episodes of this series where I've built the 4 transportation boats and one where I've built the Admiral's barge. So if you want to look back about how they go together, then you can do. They're in 2 separate episodes. So I'm going to start this episode by correcting a problem that we've got with the Trumpeter complement of boats, at least if you want to model the ship as it left Grimstad Fjord in May 1941, and that's because the complement of boats was altered quite substantially in April 1941. And in fact, just before the ship left on its final mission, a lot of the rowboats and so on were removed altogether. So the problem is that Trumpeter only give us one of these, which is a 9.2 metre motor pinnace, and we need 2. And the 7.7 metre yawl is missing altogether. So there are 2 things that I've done. The first thing is that the Trumpeter hull for the 9 metre pinnace has been copied, so I've cast a resin copy, which is this, and fortunately Pontos give us 2 sets of photo etch, so that's a reasonably easy fix as long as you know how to cast a resin copy. And I filmed this in a previous episode when I actually did the castings, so you might want to look back at that if you're needing to go for this complement. The other problem, which is the 7.7 metre yawl, is missing altogether. Fortunately, one of my viewers, Ron from the Netherlands, is skillful enough to work out a 3D print for the yawl, and that's what is done here. It's an absolutely fantastic piece of work. I wouldn't know where to start to actually work out the program to instruct the printing machine to do these, but Ron has. So he's scanned or copied the plans for this particular boat and he's reproduced it in 3D down to the finest detail. So we've got really fine windscreen frames here. The cabin is cast with all the windows, and there's a separate roof, and that's because of moulding limitations or 3D printing limitations. But we've got the rudder and even the propellers actually cast in 3D in one piece. So I'm really grateful to Ron for doing this work. I think he's actually moving on to doing a full complement of Bismarck boats in 3D print. So if they're as good as this, which I'm sure there will be, it'll be a fantastic addition to his model. But I'm lucky enough that he sent me this one, and actually we only need one. He did print 2 off for me, but I'm going to be using just the one of them. The ship only carried one. So I'm going to press on and finish the photo etch work on these pinnaces. Then we'll get them painted, and I'll show you then. We'll do a quick review of all the ship's boats before they go on the model. Okay, so after another day's work, I've got the rest of the boats finished, and this is the full complement now that's going to be going onto the model. So I've completed these two pinnaces and painted Ron's yawl here. So this is now the correct configuration for the ship as it left Grimstad Fjord in May 1941. I've also touched up the transport boats. These are the 4 transport boats that I built earlier on in the series, and also they've got the Admiral's barge out here, so they're all ready to fit. So I'm going to press on and get these fitted now, together with the last bits and pieces on the ship. That's the rudders, props, anchors, chains, and I've just got the outer railings to do, but I'm going to do all that off camera and come back to you when we're ready for eventually the final reveal. So after a bit more work, I've got the boats fitted. So these are the pinnaces, the 2 pinnaces on the port hangar roof. We've also got the little yawl and the Admiral's barge on the starboard hangar roof there. And finally the 4 transportation boats on the main hangar. And they'll add quite a bit of interest to the model, I think. They're worth spending a little bit of time on, and a little bit more time to get them absolutely right for the configuration of the ship as you're building it. So as I mentioned earlier on in this piece, we've got some problems with the Trumpeter kit in terms of the boats if you're wanting to build the ship as it was when it left Grimstad Fjord on its way to the Denmark Strait. Okay, so there we are, all finished at last. And I think overall I started this build back in around about October time 2022, and I was intending, as you probably know, to get this ready for Telford, but I didn't quite make it. And since then, last November, I've not really done that much on it, but I wanted to finish it off. It's a thing of mine that if I'm doing videos on YouTube, I like to finish them for you. And I hate shelving models once I've started, especially ones like this that I spent a lot of time on. And the thing with these Trumpeter 1/200 scale kits is that they're very impressive when they're built. This one alongside the hood really looks fantastic when you've got the 2 ships next to each other. The Pontos sets are not for the beginner. You've got to have quite a bit of experience with the photo etch work. And the instructions are absolutely terrible. If you've watched all the episodes where I've been using the Pontos photo etch, you'll know that sometimes I've really struggled. And if you're tackling the Pontos set, I would say that it's absolutely essential to have some good references, including the anatomy of the ship book. So for example, with building, let's just say the 20mm single mountings, there are about 20 parts in those guns, each one, and it's not possible to tell from the instructions how some of them go together. So you've got to refer to the fantastic drawings in the anatomy of the ship book for that particular gun, so that you can match the part that's in front of you, the brass part in front of you, with the drawing, so you can work out exactly where it's meant to go. The instruction drawings or photographs are far too small for you to be able to do that. So get yourself some good reference if you're using the Pontos set, and if you're building the model straight from the box. So with this one done, for naval fans, my next build is going to be this one, HMS Ajax. In 1939 configuration. This is a 1/700 scale kit from Flyhawk, but it's the deluxe version with all the photo etch. I've also, if you saw the preview, you'll know I've also got quite a bit of 3D printed parts from Micromaster in New Zealand to go with that one. So I'll be starting that fairly soon. So I hope you've enjoyed the series, and I'm sorry for the delay over the last 3 or 4 months getting this finished while I've been on with other projects, but hopefully it's been worth waiting for. And I know a few of you are contemplating tackling this kit, and some of you with the Pontos set. So hopefully the build series will help you if you're building the kit to overcome some of the issues and help you with fitting the Pontos set. So I just want to say thanks to everybody that's been watching this series over the last year. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a lot of motivation from the fantastic comments that I've had along the way. And also my patrons over on my Patreon channel have also been a fantastic encouragement whilst I've been doing this project, as they do with all my other builds on the channel. So I'm going to leave you with some photographs of the build, some close-up detail photographs, and hopefully I'll see you next time for the start of the Ajax build for you naval fans. In the meantime, look after yourselves everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.